move into the magic ring. This is the foundation, the very heart of our tulip. We start with the tail end of the yarn in our palm, wrap the yarn around your index and middle finger, creating a clean X. This X is the gateway. With your hook, reach under the first strand of the X and hook the second strand, pulling it carefully through. Now yarn over and pull through the loop you just created. You have successfully created your loop. If it feels awkward the first time, don't worry. This movement requires a bit of muscle memory. Do it 5 times, 10 times, 20 times if you need to. I want you to get comfortable with the tension. Notice how the yarn feels when you pull it. You want it to be firm but not stretched to the breaking point. Now we add our 6 single crochets. Insert your hook into the center of that loop you've created. You want the hook to go under both the ring and the yarn tail. This is crucial because it ensures your ring is reinforced. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through both. That is 1. Take a second to look at the stitch. Is the loop consistent in size with your hook's shaft? If so, keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you're counting, keep your rhythm steady. Don't rush. The speed will come naturally, but accuracy is the priority right now. If you accidentally skip a stitch or if you feel you have pulled one too tightly, stop. This is your foundation. A crooked foundation leads to a crooked flower. Now the moment of truth. Holding your 6 stitches securely with your thumb and middle finger, take the tail end of the yarn and pull gently. Watch as the magic happens. The ring closes, the stitches pull together, and you are left with a perfect, dense, beautiful circle. This is the moment of creation. Secure your final stitch with your marker. Take a moment to admire the texture. It should feel sturdy, substantial, and soft. You have successfully navigated the most difficult part of the tulip structure. Before we move on to the next phase, shake out your hands. Do some wrist rolls. Crocheting is a physical activity, and caring for your hands is part of being a long-term maker. You have done the hard work of setting up the base. In our next section, we are going to begin the expansion, the growth phase, where our simple little circle begins its transformation into the body of the flower. You have everything you need, the knowledge is in your fingers, and your passion is fueling the process. I am so proud of how far you've come in just these few minutes. Take a drink of water, center yourself, and let's get ready to watch this beautiful red fabric grow. You are ready. We are starting round 2. To get the perfect tulip shape, we need to transition from 6 stitches to 12. This is what we call an increase or a V-stitch. For every single stitch from our previous round, we are going to work 2 single crochets. This is how we double our diameter. Insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and finish your first single crochet. Now go back into that exact same stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, and finish your second single crochet. There you go, that's your first increase. Repeat this process all the way around your circle. As you work, keep your tension consistent. Velvet yarn can be tricky. If you pull too hard, the stitch looks skinny and tight. If you pull too little, it looks loose and open. You want the stitches to look plump and rounded. Why do we increase in this pattern? It's because the geometry of a circle requires it. If you don't increase enough, your work will start to cup like a bowl. If you increase too much, it will start to ripple like a ruffle. For this tulip head, we want a steady, gradual expansion. Think of your stitches as cells growing in a flower. They need space to breathe. As you work around, count your stitches. You should end this round with exactly 12. I cannot emphasize the importance of this count enough. If you have 13, you've accidentally added an extra increase. If you have 11, you've missed one. Take your time to count 1, 2, 3, all the way to 12. If you find you're off by a stitch, don't feel defeated. Just pull it back and redo the section. Every correction makes you a better crocheter. Now let's talk about round 3. We are going to increase again, but in a different rhythm. We will do one single crochet, then one increase, and repeat this pattern around the entire circle. This will bring us from 12 stitches up to 18. The reason we alternate is to avoid creating a hexagon shape. If you increase in the exact same spot every time, your circle will start to look like a polygon. By staggering the increases, we create a beautiful, organic, rounded form that looks just like a natural tulip bulb. Imagine the shape of a tulip in your mind. It's not angular, it's soft and graceful. Your hook is the tool, but your hands are the sculptor. As you progress through these increase rounds, I want you to check your work against a flat surface. Place your piece down. It should lie relatively flat, not waving up or curling down. If it starts to curl like a taco shell, you aren't increasing enough. If it looks like a wavy, ruffled edge, you're increasing too much. This is the feedback loop of crochet. You are constantly communicating with the yarn. If the yarn is telling you it's getting too tight, listen to it. Loosen your grip, relax your fingers. These moments of focus are what make handmade items so special. They contain the energy and the care you put into every single movement. Remember to keep moving your stitch marker. As you finish your increase rounds, your marker is your only indicator of where one round ends and the next begins. It's easy to get lost in the rhythm and forget to keep track. If you do lose your place, don't panic. You can always count your stitches from the marker forward to see where you are. It's a simple trick, but it saves so much frustration. You are doing an incredible job. The red velvet looks beautiful as it expands, doesn't it? It's getting larger, heavier, and more substantial with every stitch. Before we move on, take a break if you need to. Shake your wrists, let your eyes focus on something else for a moment. This part of the process requires focus, but it should also feel satisfying. You are building something from nothing. You are the architect of this tulip. As you reach the end of these increase rounds, prepare yourself for the next stage where we will start building the height of the flower. You have mastered the increase, your rhythm is steady, and your confidence is growing just as fast as your project. You are absolutely ready for what comes next. Welcome back to part 3 of our giant tulip project. If you have been following along, your tulip head should now be a beautiful, flat, and perfectly shaped circle. You have mastered the increase rounds, and today we are going to build the structure. This is my favorite part of the process because this is where the growth really happens. We are going to stop increasing now, and we are going to work straight, row by row, to create the height and the volume of our flower. It's meditative, it's rhythmic, and it's deeply satisfying. In these next rounds, we are going to work one single crochet into every single stitch of the previous round. No more increases, no more math, just pure steady crocheting. This is the moment to really get into your flow state. As you work, notice how the fabric starts to naturally curve upwards. Because we have stopped adding stitches, the fabric has no choice but to start growing vertically. It's like watching a plant stretch toward the sun. As you work your stitches, focus on your tension. You want the fabric to be dense enough to hold the stuffing later, but flexible enough to have that soft, plush feel we all love. Why do we do so many rounds of straight stitches? It's because the tulip shape is tall and proud. If we stop too early, it would look like a ball, not a flower. We are creating the tube of the tulip. As you work, you might notice your hands getting a little warm or tired. That's perfectly normal with this thick velvet yarn. Take short breaks. Put your hook down, stretch your fingers, and admire the size. It's getting bigger, isn't it? The deep, rich red of this yarn looks absolutely stunning as it climbs in height. Keep using your stitch marker. Even though we aren't increasing, it's still very easy to lose track of where one round ends and the next begins. If you find your mind wandering, maybe you're thinking about your day or listening to your favorite music, that's wonderful. This is the part of the project where you can truly relax. Just keep your stitches consistent, keep your count steady, and watch the red velvet wall grow taller with every single stitch you pull through. If you make a mistake, don't stress. This is the beauty of this project. If you notice a stitch that looks a little off, just undo it. It's just a few seconds of work. Perfection isn't the goal. A beautiful, handmade, huggable flower is the goal. We are building the height that will eventually hold our stem and leaves. Take your time, enjoy the texture, and keep that hook moving. You're doing a fantastic job, and I am so proud of how far your tulip has come. Keep that rhythm, keep that focus, and let's grow this beautiful red bloom together. Our tulip body is growing tall and it's looking wonderful. But if you look at it, it's still just a straight cylinder. Today we are going to give it that iconic, graceful tulip silhouette by starting our decrease rounds. This is where we shape the top of the flower, bringing it inward to create that classic, slightly closed bud look. This is the most critical part of the shaping process, and I want you to be very precise with your movements. We are going to use a technique called the invisible decrease. Instead of just skipping a stitch, which would leave a visible, ugly gap in your beautiful red velvet, we are going to work into the front loops of two adjacent stitches and pull the yarn through both. This creates a smooth, almost invisible transition that keeps your fabric looking solid and professional. The goal is to bring our stitch count back down, round by round, so the top of the flower starts to gently curve inward, like the petals of a real tulip tucking themselves together. As you begin these decrease rounds, check your shape constantly. Hold the flower up and look at it from the side. You should see a gentle, beautiful inward slope. If the top starts to look a bit pointy or sharp, you might be decreasing too quickly. If it looks like it's not changing at all, you might need to decrease more frequently. Trust your eye. If it looks like a tulip to you, it's the right shape. We are sculpting with yarn, and every single one of us has a slightly different touch, which makes your tulip uniquely yours. This part of the process is where your tulip starts to look real. It's not just a tube of red velvet anymore, it's a flower. As you work these decrease rounds, you'll notice the opening at the top getting smaller. This is exactly what we want. We are essentially crowning the flower. Imagine the tulip in a garden just before it fully opens. That is the energy we are capturing here. It's delicate, it's elegant, and it's so satisfying to see that shape take form. If you find the velvet yarn is getting a bit tight as the opening shrinks, don't force your hook. If you feel resistance, adjust your grip. You don't want to stretch the yarn fibers too much or the stitches might look distorted. Stay calm, stay focused. You are almost at the finish line for the flower head. This is the home stretch of the most important part of our project. Keep your stitch marker handy, count your decreases carefully, and enjoy the process of turning a flat circle into a three-dimensional work of art. You have come such a long way, and your attention to detail is really showing in the beautiful shape of this tulip. Let's keep going.